Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, I thank Mr. Jean Todt, the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety, for inviting me to share a few thoughts on this important occasion. Today's meeting is both timely and essential as we reflect on the progress of the second decade of action for road safety for the period 2021 to 2030 and sets the stage for the fourth Global Ministerial Conference on Road Safety to be held next February. Road safety remains a critical and pressing challenge, especially for the 1.4 billion people in the 92 most vulnerable countries that my office supports: the least developed countries, the landlocked developing countries, and the small island developing states. The statistics are stark and sobering and demand urgent action. A staggering 93% of global road fatalities occur in low and middle income countries, despite hosting 60% of the world's vehicles. In the LDCs, LLDCs, and the SIDS, the median death rate from road traffic injuries is 16.4 per 100,000 people, much higher than the global average. 2/3 of the 50 countries with the high road traffic injury rates are in LDCs, LLDCs, or SIDS. Economically, the impact is severe, with road crashes consuming 3% of GDP in the most affected nations. Excellencies, addressing road safety is not just a health or infrastructure issue. It is central to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And the 3 dedicated programs of actions for these vulnerable groups of countries have recognized this critical linkage. For instance, the Doha Program of Action for the LDCs targets universal access to safe, affordable, and sustainable transport systems by 2030, prioritizing public transport. The Antigua and Barbuda Action Agenda for the SIDS commits to developing transportation infrastructure that is sound, safe, climate resilient, and affordable. And the new Program of Action for the landlocked developing countries prioritizes transit, transport, and connectivity with a specific focus on upgrading and maintaining safe transport infrastructure. While significant progress has been made in improving road infrastructure, much more remains to be done. Allow me, Excellencies, to highlight some specific priorities in this regard. First, we must prioritize investments in both physical and soft infrastructure. This includes building not just roads, but also essential features like sidewalks, bicycle lanes, and safe crossings. And it is equally important to ensure complementary efforts for maintenance, road safety audits and assessments, and adherence to high design standards and monitoring. Second, targeted efforts are needed to strengthen road safety measures. This involves bolstering the capacity of road agencies to monitor conditions, establishing dedicated authorities for road construction and maintenance, and enforcing harmonized technical standards. Emergency management systems for post-crash care and regulating the quality and safety of used vehicles are equally vital. Third, safe and sustainable public transport must be prioritized. Improving public transport helps provide access to trade, jobs, markets, education, healthcare, and other services that contribute to economic growth and quality of life. Fourthly, especially for the LLDCs, that is the landlocked developing countries, there is an urgent need to address the low density and poor quality of road networks. Investments in road infrastructure should be tailored in a way to also consider road safety issues, which is crucial to achieving SDG target 3.6, which aims to have road fatalities by 2030. The new Program of Action for the LLDCs includes establishing an infrastructure investment financing facility to address these gaps. Finally, reliable data is the backbone of effective policymaking, infrastructure planning, and sharing best practices. Investments in statistical capacities are a core pillar of the SDGs and will enhance our ability to identify challenges and measure progress effectively. Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, road safety is a shared responsibility and the goal is clear. The goal to reduce road traffic deaths and injuries by 50% by 2030. Achieving this ambition in the LDCs, LLDCs and SIDS is a high priority for us as it is integral to realizing the SDGs. As we prepare for the 4th Global Ministerial Conference on Road Safety in Marrakesh, let us commit to bold and collective actions. Together, we can pave the way for a safer future when no life is lost needlessly to preventable road crashes. And we will continue to keep that high on our agenda for the LDCs, LLDCs, and the SIDS. I thank you.